10 April 2020, last day of the week. It is Friday. We have a great workout for you today. And what I want you to commit to is if you don't do it today, let's get after it this weekend. This is hands down everyone's least favorite type of work to do. Isometric holds. It's where you're sitting in there, nice and still, body's tense, muscles contracted, and you're shaking everything. What you're to do today is to focus on quality. None of this is for time, all right? And none of you have anywhere to go this weekend, so you have plenty of time to accomplish this. How this is going to work is you're going to accumulate 4 minutes in a wall sit. You're then going to accumulate 3 minutes in a hollow hold. You'll then accumulate 2 minutes in a handstand hold. You'll then move back to 3 minutes in a hollow hold and 4 minutes in a wall sit. You can, of course, take breaks. So, for example, during the course of that 4-minute wall sit, maybe I accomplish 1 minute straight and then I have to come off the wall to rest. But here's the catch. Every time you do break, you have to perform 1 round of 5 single leg squats per leg, as well as 15 side plank raises per side. Rest a little bit, shake it off, and then get back on that wall to finish the remainder of those 4 minutes. And you have to do this for every single movement. It's going to be pretty tough, pretty brutal, but every time you break, knock out that round, then shake it off, and get right back to that hold in whichever movement it is. We're going to have a couple scaling options for you in the movement lecture hereafter for both the pistols as well as some of the other movements. But I want you to think right off the bat, some scaling options for sure include decreasing the time domain of that hold or decreasing the duration of the hold. So maybe I won't try to accumulate 4 minutes of a wall sit, but maybe I'll instead try to accumulate 2 minutes worth of a wall sit. So have fun with this, enjoy it. Everyone's core is going to be torn up, looking good, getting ready for summertime. Enjoy the weekend. We'll see you next week. Friday. We made it. Weekend's here. Some of you don't even know the difference between a Saturday and a Monday. That's neither here nor there, however. I shaved for the weekend, so I'm feeling fresh, feeling good. And that brings us to this bit of an untraditional CrossFit workout that we have, but it's an excellent one for the confines of your home. What we're going to be shooting for is accumulating 16 minutes of an isometric hold. All right? Now, off the bat, to scale this, we can always decrease that time domain, all right? So maybe across the board, we just decrease what isometric movement, we decrease the time of a certain isometric movement. Now, every time you break from that hold, whatever movement you're trying to perform in that isometric hold as you're shaking hard, every time you break, you're gonna have to perform a penalty round, and we'll show you what that is at the end, all right? So the minute or that second you start the clock, you're going to start your isometric hold, but every time you break, that clock stops, all right? We're trying to accumulate time, and that time only counts in that holding position. So the first movement we have is a wall sit. You're going to try to accumulate 4 minutes in this wall sit. You're going to push that butt and those hips against the wall. Feet are going to be set where the heels are shoulder width. We want to try to have that knee tracking directly over the heel. And then the upper back and the butt are going to stay against the wall the whole time, looking for that hip to stay right in line with the knee. Okay? No cheating and leaning on your knees or anything like that. Relax, Lisa. You got to hold it for 4 minutes. And every time you break, you'll perform a penalty round. Once you've accumulated 4 minutes of wall sit, you're then going to accumulate 3 minutes of a handstand, 3 minutes of a hollow hold. 3 minutes of a hollow hold. That'll look like this. Feet are going to be pulled together. You're going to point the toes like a little ballerina. Raise the feet about 6 to 8 inches. Arms are going to be locked out and straight overhead with the arms in line with the head. Upper shoulder blades are going to be off the ground. We're going to be pushing our belly button down into the ground where our lower back is pushing into the floor. Relax. All right? You're going to feel like you're a keel of a boat or something, a boat's bottom, kind of floating on the surface. Now we can scale this in a few ways. This is extremely demanding on the core in a very tough position. What I really want you to focus on is that those that upper back is not in contact with the ground. So the minute you feel like, can you go back to that hollow hold? The minute you feel like your upper back is starting to fade and we're losing that belly button driving to the ground, right here, go back to that weak spot, I can get my hands in the low back of Lisa, right? I want to prevent that. Bring your upper shoulder blades go down, forcing the belly button down towards the ground. I can't get my hands in there anymore, all right? I can't touch my finger blades. That's what we're looking for. So to scale this, we have a couple options. The first one, back out to that hollow hold, all the way out, is to bring the hands to the side. Okay, this is going to take some of that upper body demand off you. The second option, we're going to leave the feet or the hands at the side. Come on, you got to hold this, Lisa. People are watching you. They're depending on you. You're going to leave those hands to the side, and you're now going to bend the knees and tuck those in. And then we're looking for those feet to be slightly down and those knees slightly in front of the hip, all right? You're going to hold this position. This would be the least demanding, but trust me, it is still very challenging. Relax, all right? So we go from a full hollow body hold to arms in to a bent leg hollow body hold. You don't need to go in that progression. You can start off with a bent leg hollow body hold from the start, and I would highly recommend that. After accumulating 3 minutes of that, we're going to try to accumulate 2 minutes of a handstand hold. What we're looking for here is the hands are going to be about shoulder width apart. Athlete's going to kick the legs up. We're going to try to keep our feet and legs together, pointing the toes again like a ballerina. And then we're pushing the earth away from us. I want you to try to drive your shoulders into your ears. We're going to squeeze that belly button and squeeze that butt nice and hard, keeping the butt off the wall. Relax. To scale this, we're just going to do a plank position, all right? So if we don't want to go against the wall and get inverted, we're going to come down here to a plank position. Again, hands shoulder width. We're looking for the hips in line with the shoulder. I still want you pushing the earth away from you, all right? So really drive those hands through the ground. That's going to protract the upper back or create this nice arch. Squeeze the glutes still, and the feet can be together or about 12 inches apart, all right? You'll try to hold this for 2 minutes. Relax. Once you've hit that handstand hold or the plank hold, then you go back to the hollow hold and then back to the wall sit, all right? Now, with that said, as we said before, we can always decrease the time domain for the accumulation, all right? So it's not a problem. Rather than trying to hold 16 minutes worth, maybe we're trying to get 12 or 10. Now, like I said, every time you break, that clock stops. And what happens is you have to perform a penalty round. And the penalty round is going to consist of, as prescribed, 5 pistols and 15 side plank raises. Let's look at what those are. So a pistol is merely a single leg squat. Let's use the left leg. So raise the right leg up. So just like any squat, woo, come on. What happened? I guess you don't want to be on the other leg. Can you go back down? I just want to show the crease of the hip here. Just like any squat, we're looking for that crease of the hip is below the top of the knee. Back up. Come on. And stand up all the way, okay? How we're going to scale this is you can either perform 5 squats, let's face the camera, and just 5 normal squats, or 5 lunges, all right? And this will be 5 per leg, so 10 total. And let's just do a couple lunges, boom. And then pause, and the bottom, yeah. We're looking for the shoulders to stay stacked over the hip, and in the front leg, generally vertical shin with the knee stacked over the heel. Relax. And then additionally 15 plank side raises, and that's going to look like this. We have 2 options for this. We can have the arm fully extended, pressing through the ground, and then we're going to lower the hips down to the ground and send them all the way up. The leg that's on the top, we're going to kick that forward so that it's in front of the bottom leg. Or, if this is a little challenging, we can go down to our elbow. And this is going to, 1, decrease the range of motion of that hip movement, and it's also going to take some of the demand off of the shoulder, which will be a little less challenging. If we are going to extend the arm, let's make sure we're pushing through the ground still. So try to push that earth away from you. And for this penalty round, we can always decrease the reps as well, okay? So maybe we're performing 8 lunges and 6 side planks, for example, per side, okay? This is 15 per side, 6 per side, whatever works for you. This is not a timed workout. It's timed in terms of accumulation, right? You have to accumulate 16 minutes. But doing that might take 30 minutes altogether, all right, with the penalty rounds, with the rest you need. So take your time. We're really working on quality here, all right? So isometric holds are demanding, but that's how we get our beach body ready, all right? Anything I'm missing? Enjoy the weekend. Have fun. Whether you do this tomorrow, Saturday, or Sunday, let me know how it goes, and we'll see you on Monday.